A cat never walks in a straight line. So again, check your posture, take a second, put your hands next to your waist, and then start walking like a cat does. Not a lot of movement of hands. And then when you're preparing for a pageant, you pause.
Describe confidence in 5 words. What do you think that what 5 words can describe confidence in a proper way?
Check if you can survive under that pressure or not. So those girls, they prepare themselves physically, appearance-wise, but you have to be much more stronger when it comes to your emotional and mental health.
Interesting.
की वजह तुम हो जिया जाए ना रे पिया रे.
That you have been into this industry, what are the harsh realities that people don't know? It's very glamorous, it's very wow, colorful. But when you enter the industry, you find, oh, ये भी सच्चाई थी, ये भी अंदर छुपा हुआ था. And what is that? I want to understand.
If you're sitting on a chair, your tailbone should be touching the back of the chair. So there should be no space between your tailbone and the back of the chair. So you do not sit like this, you sit like this. And again, based on your attire. For example, if I'm wearing a skirt right now.
5 different types of expression from Asmita Garg.
Okay. Smiling, which is normal. Then confused. Angry.
Angry with his mind. I was not aware of one thing that's very, very close to my heart and my profession especially, because I utilize that and I transform people's lives. And the moment I got to know that this plays vital role in each and every human's life, I got to know the importance of this. Oh, let me not exaggerate my points. Let me tell you straightforward. Today, I'm going to discuss and talk on a very important aspect of each and every human's life, that is confidence. And today, I'm not going to tell you anything about this confidence because I have been observing models, I've been observing catwalk, ramp walk, beauty pageants, I've been observing models, I've been observing trainers, coaches. And today I have found a very special coach and trainer who has been in this industry for a long time. I think it has been 15 years. And she is very, very experienced person to tell this because she was a part of Mrs. India in 2018. And she was the winner of Mrs. Chandigarh actually in 2019. And she is none other than Mrs. Asmita Garg, ma'am. And today I welcome you in this amazing podcast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And first of all, I just want to know that how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. And hoping the same for you.
Thank you so much. You look so beautiful. May I know the reason?
Reason would be, again, confidence and being happy in who you are.
Okay, great. How do you keep yourself confident and happy?
Okay, I think both are one and the same thing when it comes to happiness and confidence. Being happy gives you confidence and being confident gives you happiness.
Interconnected. All right.
Exactly.
Today, we are going to understand, or especially I am going to be a student. I am going to learn a lot of ways and roadmaps to be confident. So my first question is that describe confidence in 5 words. What do you think that what 5 words can describe confidence in a proper way?
Okay. Firstly, it is quite difficult to actually define confidence in 5 words, but let me try.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say self-belief.
Self-belief.
Yeah, authenticity.
Authenticity.
Very important. Calm.
Being calm.
Being composed.
Being composed.
And being consistent.
Being consistent. Out of these 5 words and 5 habits, which habit do you follow to keep yourself completely fit and strong and active?
Being authentic. So authenticity is the one rule that I follow to the T.
Oh, interesting. How do you call yourself very authentic?
Because see, everyone has their role models. Every one of us, each one of us have their idols, the people we look up to, the people we follow in life. But following someone and imitating someone and trying to be like someone, they are completely 2 different things. So I do have my idols, I do have the people I look up to, but I try to be myself be it my personal life, be it my professional life. So that is what I mean by being authentic.
Interesting. I have seen some of your clips, reels, photos, pictures. I have found very interesting and very presentable. So I was somewhere कि मैं इतना presentable क्यों नहीं हूँ, and I am quite young. And you, as you told and confessed that you are a mother of 20 years old son. It's quite shocking, jerking. And so I want to understand that how do you be more presentable and keep yourself more presentable from casual to sari, from every kind of dressing. How do you keep that more presentable, yourself?
I think everything changed the moment when I started dressing up not to impress people, but to express myself. Oh, interesting. So, whenever I dress up, I have this in mind that I have to portray that image of myself that I am as a human, as a woman, and as a trainer. So, it hardly matters whether I'm wearing a sari or a skirt or any outfit for that matter. It has to represent the person I am.
Okay, great. As you have been the contestant of Mrs. India 2018 and you have become the winner of Mrs. Chandigarh 2019, and I would like to congratulate you on behalf of this as well. And I just want to understand that, how was this journey? How confident you played? How confidence matters here in this industry, pageant industry? Please explain.
Yeah. So for me, pageants were not prepared. This journey, I happened to jump into it all of a sudden. Being an educator, getting into pageantry was something I had never planned, honestly. So I have always been someone pretty confident, but when I got into the first pageant, I went to Greece for 15 days, and there were 90 contestants, beautiful, stunning women from all around the world. Some of them were professional models, and somehow you start comparing yourself to them, right? Oh, she looks a certain way, which I do not. She has a 28 waist, I don't. She is this tall, I'm not. So, but slowly that process somehow transformed me because I realized that I have what they don't. And I started feeling more confident in my own skin. And I also realized through these pageants that beauty is not just your appearance. It is your complete personality, the way you talk, the way you communicate, the way you empathize with others. So it is all of that and so much more. So that is how pageants shaped me into the person I am today and boosted my confidence to another level.
Interesting. It's quite impressive. I want to understand in the pageant industry, modeling industry, what is one myth that is always assumed and believed by millions and thousands of girls that, okay, this is the exact roadmap or the track, I will follow this and I will become. But when they reach at the destination, they find it, oh, it was not the right way. What is that exactly?
Yeah. So from what I have observed, so many of our young women, young girls, they are participating or thinking of participating in some pageants or modeling. They do work on their physical self. They will get on a specific diet, follow a workout routine, get themselves into the best shape that they can. But when they enter those pageants, especially, they realize that it is not only about your appearance or your beauty, as I said, it is about who you are at your core. Are you that mentally or emotionally strong to survive the environment, the very difficult and very pressure giving environment that a pageant puts you into? There are contestants from everywhere. You start comparing yourself to them, and then you are put into situations deliberately which check if you can survive under that pressure or not. So those girls, they prepare themselves physically, appearance wise, but you have to be much more stronger when it comes to your emotional and mental health.
Interesting. You have told that you have to be ready through your emotional intelligence and mental health as well. I want to understand that you have been into this industry, right? I'm coming to your coaching and training part, but first of all, let me talk on modeling part. That you have been into this industry, what are the harsh realities that people don't know? It's very glamorous, it's very wow, colorful. But when you enter the industry, you find, oh, ye bhi सच्चाई thi, ye bhi andar छुपा हुआ था. And what is that? I want to understand.
Again, people do see the glamorous facade, and they see कि बहुत glamorous industry है, or you're full of makeup and wearing beautiful outfits all the time, walking the ramp. But what they do not get to see is that it is as difficult as participating in a sport. So you have to get up early for your trainings. You have to go through harsh trainings throughout the day and night. And the trainers can be very strict with you sometimes because they are trying to get the best out of you.
True.
And face full of makeup and feet full of 5 inches heel all the time, it takes a toll, not only on your physical self, your skin, your hair, but also on your mental health. Because staying away from family for so long in a competitive environment again, there are all sorts of people you will meet. You will meet good people, but you will also meet people who will try to bring you down. And trying to cope up with all that, it is very difficult. And that is the harsh reality behind pageants.
I know one thing, that girls want to be Miss India, Miss Chandigarh, Miss Punjab. But Asmita Garg ma'am became Mrs. India, or just participated as Mrs. India and Mrs. Chandigarh. Why this Mrs.? Why not Miss Asmita?
Yeah, because there is an interesting story behind that. I got married at a very young age of 21.
Okay.
So I had not even completed my master's yet. I was in the last semester of my master's when I got married at 21. And that then getting married at such a young age, and that too into a very small town, you can call it a village. I had zero idea what I am going to do ahead in my life. So I had my first kid at 22 and second one at 26. And then I started to realize, okay, there is more to life than just raising your kids and taking care of your family. And I had always been a very ambitious person. And that is how pageants, all of a sudden, without any planning, entered my life. And you could call it fate that I registered for one. I got selected through the auditions. And this is how it happened. So, yes, being a Miss, this pageantry modeling, it was never a part of my life, not even a part of my thoughts, I would say.
Interesting. That's great. Now we are coming to this confidence part, as today we have a theme of developing confidence and building confidence. So Asmita girl, being from a small town, she became Mrs. Chandigarh. She became a coach. She trained hundreds of people for IELTS and study abroad. Now she's into this soft skills training. How this transformation, how this much confidence you have developed, and what are your messages and guidelines for those girls and ladies who are especially in a small town?
Right. For me, it started with conscious effort. The day you realize that you need to work on yourself is the first step that you take. So people often come and tell me, oh, you have always been confident. Aap birth se hi aise ho. They are wrong. Some of us, we do have different or varied degrees of confidence. Yes, I was a confident person, but I have also deliberately worked on myself. I've worked on my communication skills. I have worked on my body language. I have worked on being presentable at all times. So my message would be, it is doable. It is learnable. People feel, oh, mujhse nahi ho paega. Everything is achievable. All it requires is effort. Effort you have to put in. So if you are ready to put in that effort, you can achieve anything, I believe.
I want to know, as you have transformed yourself through a journey of life, you went to Greece for attending that or participating in Mrs. India, or you have been into some other countries as well and some other states as well. So you have a journey. Now I want to understand, does this confidence come after completing a journey and experience, or does this confidence come after training your mind?
I think both.
Okay.
So it is an ongoing process. Training your brain or mind is an ongoing process throughout that journey. So all the places I've visited, they have added in some ways to that confidence. You go to a foreign country wherein you do not know the language. I've recently been to France. Okay. I recently went to Paris, in fact, and English is not a language they feel very comfortable in, and we do not know French. So conversing with them becomes an issue sometimes, and navigating through France is a challenge, I would say, because we Indians are not very used to using that public transportation thing. But handling that, managing those challenges on your own, it teaches you a lot. It adds onto your confidence. So it is a blend of both, I would say.
It's a blend of both. So is there any shortcut of confidence building that Asmita Garg ma'am would like to tell and pitch it here?
No shortcut at all. I do not believe in shortcuts in life. I believe, unlike the generation today, in taking the long route, maybe the difficult one could be, but doing it the right way. So
That's great. And I want to understand, like there is a triggering motivation. Like sometimes we say, okay, you can do it. Like you said, there was a bride or there was a girl who approached you for grooming her husband.
Yeah.
Right. And you groomed him, or your entire team groomed him within 7 days or 10 days.
Yeah.
So was it instant, or he's going to take more time for complete transformation, or was it done?
no, we would not say that we have completely transformed him in 7 to 10 days, because the conditioning of so many years, it cannot be reversed in such a short period, right? But we have sown that seed of transformation. We have given him a roadmap to follow. For example, if he was not into exercising or working on his physical self, we gave him a roadmap of what he could do. He had never given a thought about males doing skincare or facials or keeping himself groomed. We gave him a roadmap to follow, which if he wanted to, he could follow for the rest of his life. So he's got an idea of where to begin now. And that is what matters.
Now you call it like, you gave him the idea that was transform. It was not a complete transformation, but it will be slowly. I want to understand that how this motivation, how this fire and this energy and activated mind you carry in yourself or in your personality, you always show and present yourself confident. Do you think that it is the requirement of the society, it is the requirement of the world and competitive world, or you feel to be कि मुझे ऐसे दिखना है, मुझे अच्छा लगता है, इसलिए मैं ऐसा करती हूँ?
I think along with being a requirement, you have a few qualities inbred in you. So yes, in a way, I was born like this. I have always been very ambitious. One thing that I fear the most in life is stagnation. So I do not want to be content with wherever I am, or I don't want to feel like, oh, I know it all. मुझे और सीखने की जरूरत नहीं है. I do not ever want to be that person. I want to be a learner. And also, in such a competitive society that we live in today, it has become a requirement. You have to keep upgrading yourself. You have to keep working on yourself in this rat race.
What is the latest upgradation that you have done in your life? Latest upgradation. ये वाला किया मैंने.
I have become more conscious about who I share my energies with, because I am a very empathetic person. I give it all whenever I am in a friendship or a relationship, or even when I am training students. But that sometimes tend to drain you of your energies. And that is why in the new year, in fact, this was my new year resolution for 2026, that I would be taking care of who I share my energy with and how much of myself I give to the other person. If it is not reciprocated, I have to be very careful. Because again, you have to be careful of preserving your energy, otherwise you'll get drained out.
That's a good point, actually. Yes, that's a good point, actually. Don't centralize yourself, or don't surround yourself by negative people or negative vibing people, especially. Now I'm coming with my another question. I have seen so many kids working in village in circus. They're walking on the rope very confidently. Even we can't walk. And I feel, or I assume that, oh my God, how is that kid walking? And then when it comes to speak through words, they're like blanked out. I want to understand, are there confidence in different zones, different types, in different people, in different situations? Or confidence is single, you have to play with your mind. या अलग-अलग चीजों में अलग-अलग तरीके का confidence होना जरूरी है. How do you see this?
I truly believe confidence is skill specific.
Okay.
If something I have been working on for years, I am going to be confident in that. If you ask me about financial aspects of our country or banking, maybe, I would feel not at all confident about that, because that is not my skill. That is not my sector. I have never really jumped into it. I do not know the ABCs of that. Talking about those circus kids, they have been training whole their life, giving hours each day to practicing walking on that rope. So if you ask yourself or me, we would not be able to do that, right? So we should not question them on their vocal skills because that is what they have never trained for.
Right, right. I have seen so many people, like especially when they attend any party, any social gathering, they feel very conscious and they just become very hesitant to approach, even say good morning, salam, namaste, sat shri akal. And it's like कि तुमने तो सलाम भी नहीं किया, you went to the party. What stops them? What stops them?
Being self-conscious,
Being self-conscious.
being thinking that the other person is going to judge me. Because in our Indian society, unfortunately, we come across people, be it friends, family, acquaintances, colleagues, we come across people who judge you for, sometimes for not speaking the best of English or not having the best of communication skills. So that fear of being judged comes across as being hesitant. But if you want to take that first step, you have to remove that fear of being judged.
How do we remove it?
Let it be. If you are speaking in wrong English, there will be a day when you start using the correct English, right? If you let that fear take over and you do not even try, you are not going to follow that route ever.
But everybody is not like Asmita Garg. That Asmita Garg speaks very tremendous English. That's why she has very confidence कि ऐसे करो, ऐसे बोल लो. But there are so many girls, like they try to speak English, or so many boys also, they try to speak English, but they can't speak. Right? They try for so many years and they can't speak. What stops them actually?
See, if you say Asmita Garg talks like this, she wasn't always like this, right? I also started from somewhere and then I worked my way up. So this was again a conscious effort. People are not ready to take that first step towards what they want to achieve. They will have dreams. I want to reach here. I want to do that. I want to speak in fluent English. But how are you taking that first step? How are you putting in that effort? They're not ready to put in efforts. They will take one step, but then they will back off. So that is what is happening, I guess.
That's absolutely true. Have you ever done any adventurous activity?
Many a times. I've done scuba diving, I've done river rafting, I've done bungee jumping, everything.
Wow. Which was the most scary?
I am not a water person. I wasn't before I learned swimming. So scuba diving, I would have to
Was
say.
the most scary?
Yes.
How did you muster up the courage and confidence? How did you?
Yeah, it was difficult. I get what you are coming at. So it was difficult, but then you have to tell your brain, okay, this is not going to kill me. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या हो जाएगा? I'll feel scared. Let's experience that as well. If I do not do it, how am I going to know how it feels? And I'll keep repenting whole my life. Oh, ये कर लेना चाहिए.
कर लेना चाहिए.
So rather than repenting, I believe in just diving in, taking that leap of faith, and that's it.
So, a straightforward suggestion, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's try that. So, you want to say speaking English, public speaking, soft skills, approaching, social skills. You don't think, just do that.
Yeah, I have something to add here. Most of the people feel that one day we will get ready and then, for example, if you want to be a public speaker and you want to stand on the stage in front of so many people have stage anxiety, right? And they feel like one day, if I keep practicing, I will get ready for the stage. That day never comes. You have to do it on the way, throughout the journey. Even if you are 50% ready, get on the stage. Make mistakes, get down, get on the stage again. And throughout that process, you will learn rather than waiting for that one day when you will get ready and get on the stage.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How do you hold the glass, by the way?
Normally, as normal people would do.
Hold it.
All right?
Okay. What if it is wine glass?
Okay. For a wine glass, you do not hold the glass from the bowl, but from the stem.
From the
Stem of the glass.
Okay, from the stem of the glass.
Yeah.
All right. I want to understand one thing, like, for example, if I don't know how to hold the wine glass or any glass, and I'm holding in my own way, but I'm holding it confidently. Because I have a straightforward question. How to do wrong things confidently? गलत चीजों को आत्मविश्वास के साथ कैसे किया जाए?
I would say if you are doing it confidently, hardly matters if you are doing it in the correct etiquette way or not. So confidence, what shows when you are in a social gathering. So you could see a prime minister or a president holding a glass wrong, for that matter. For him, it would not matter how he is holding that glass. For him, he is the president or the prime minister of a state. That's what matters. And that is why etiquette is important to make you feel confident. If you're following the right etiquette, the confidence would come from within. Okay, I'm doing the right thing. No one can question me. But if you're already confident, etiquette comes second.
Okay.
Yep.
Confidence is first, etiquette is another.
Yeah,
Next.
I would say that.
Okay. What do you follow first? Etiquette. I think you follow etiquettes first.
I think in my life, I have learned to carry both together. Okay, so for me, etiquette has become a way of life, and so has my confidence.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting. What has scared you the most apart from scuba diving?
What has scared me the most? Currently, I would say I've reached that point in my life, nothing scares me. Yeah, but again, being a family person, being away from your family, losing your family members, your love for your kids and your family, that is what scares a mother the most.
So you have kind of necrophobia or fear of losing someone.
Not really, I would say, but every mother has. This is a journal fear all of us mothers have.
Whom do you love more, your daughter or your son?
They're going to watch this. So I better be careful. So my son is my firstborn,
Okay.
and I have always been very attached to him. He is like a reflection of me, and my daughter knows it. She is more of her father's daughter, and my son is more of my son.
I have now a question here about biasness. Like always, fathers love their daughters more, mothers love their sons more. Is it really?
Not always, but yes. I think daughters, because they are more pampered in families, in our Indian families especially. So fathers do tend to have a softer corner for them. And in our Indian families, sons are brought up in a different manner than daughters. So daughters are the, प्यार से पालना, बहुत फूलों की तरह रखना.
आप तो डांटती होंगी फिर ज़्यादा.
No, I am more of a friend to both my kids.
Okay, interesting. Who is more of friend, like, father or mama?
Mother. Definitely.
Interesting. Very good. As you said that you belong to kind of town, and I want to understand, does the region or the atmosphere of that region, particular region, affect our confidence? If I am from a village, rural background, does that affect? If I am from a city background, does that affect actually? How do you see this?
Definitely it does. I believe the atmosphere, the environment of a person, it can either stretch you or shrink you. Especially in your formative years, when we are growing up in our teenagers, if the atmosphere gives you some trauma, some childhood trauma, it stays with you. If it gives you confidence, especially your family environment, your close circle, your parents, your grandparents, your close friends and relatives, whatever they fill in your heart and your mind, you grow with it. So it definitely matters.
It definitely matters. What if we are in a rural background where there is no scope of improvement, scope of confidence, communication, but somehow we work on ourselves and we want that we can develop, we can transform our own lives? Do you encourage it, or do you say, no, that's somewhere impossible?
No. I would never say anything is impossible. It definitely have to do that. Coming from a rural area myself, I've trained hundreds of students from that area who come from very difficult backgrounds and families, but they wanted to work on themselves. And I could tell you hundreds of stories of my students who worked on themselves deliberately. I helped them in whatever way I could. I am also an adolescent counselor, I forgot to mention.
Okay.
So they worked their way out of that difficult environment, and today they are living the life they want. So you can definitely work on whatever environment you are in, but you can work on getting yourself out of it.
Let me ask you a question. Like, you live a luxurious life, you maintain that aura, you maintain that lifestyle. What if you have to live one day life at footpath? That's a very, triggering question. And for that you need to develop confidence. अस्मिता गर्ग मैम को एक दिन फुटपाथ पे जिंदगी गुजारनी है, उसके लिए कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा या नहीं आएगा?
Okay, I wasn't prepared for this question, Manu, sorry. But okay, I would not lie, it would be difficult because the way we have been brought up, the way we have lived, I am going to be 42 this year, so I've lived Most of it. Yeah, so it would be difficult, but if it is a challenge, I would definitely take it up. And why not? I could give it a try if it is for one day. That's the condition. Yeah.
As a condition. It's for one day. So you're not going to take it for longer, but you're going to take it for one day as a challenge.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
You can do that. So you have confidence for that.
Yes.
All right. Let's see that.
Oh, are really going to make me do that?
No, I never want to make you do that. But now, as you just mentioned, 42, I think you must be acting as a young girl. What I can say, you have a spirit and soul of young girl. Because I think you never feel that you're faded or you're 42. बताने के लिए 42 है, महसूस करने के लिए 42 आप नहीं है. How do you get this feeling of this younghood and youthness?
See, I come from a generation, we grew up without the social media, without technology. While growing up, we did not have even more confident. They are feeling stronger, and we are somehow feeling as if our age is getting reversed. So in our 20s, we could not feel that young as we do in our 40s.
Oh, wow. I want to be the same. Now I want to understand, as you have kept so many other costumes and dresses as well. And I could see so many celebrities wearing different stylish dresses and styling dresses. Like, for example, if some of the people have to wear the same dress and act confidently, they will just somewhere be hesitant. Like, for example, if there are torn dresses, all right, there are half dresses, all right, and how do they act so confidently? Do they encourage themselves, or do they maintain their mindset, or do they train themselves accordingly?
I think it depends on both your mindset and what your profession and your society requires of you. Okay. If you talk about a dress up of a person here in Chandigarh and compare it with one village in Rajasthan, for the villager girl, the attire, a denims and a t-shirt maybe would be quite a lot, which would be pretty normal for a town girl, right? And then you compare that town girl's outfit to that of a model, a professional model who will be wearing a shorts or a crop top, something like that. She would be confident in whatever she is wearing because this is how she has been brought up and she sees it in her society every day. It starts feeling normal. You go to a beach and you'll feel very confident in a swimsuit.
Right.
And you go to a temple or a mosque for that matter, and you would have to cover your head or behave a certain way. So it completely depends on your environment, and your mindset develops that way that you start becoming confident or feeling confident in whatever you wear.
If you have to wear a salwar suit and you have to act confident, like you are going for a session. Today you have a session of 3 hours workshop in front of thousands of people and in salwar suit with chunni. Then do you think that you will act confidently, or you will feel like, kya yaar?
No, I would act as confident as I normally would. I have had sessions in salwar suit. So I come from Punjab. This is a normal attire for us. So Indians, Westerns, I don't think that matters, and that changes the person I am or the trainer I am. You make me wear anything, I'd be as confident as I am.
The clear question is that does dressing sense decide and determine confidence?
It does not decide it, but it can amplify it.
It can amplify.
Yeah. So your confidence does not come from the way you dress up, but if you feel comfortable and you feel like my inner self is aligned with the appearance or the image that I want to portray through what I am wearing, you become even more confident.
We are unknown to each other. We were unknown. Now, for 1.5 hours or 2 hours, we are known to each other. We are talking confidently, like we know, or we have been knowing each other for so many months and years. How to develop this skill कि किसी भी अजनबी से मिलो ऐसा लगे कि बरसों से बिछड़ी हुई मोहब्बत से मुलाकात हो रही. And how to talk that way, confidently.
Again, years of consistent practice.
Okay.
You have to keep working on yourself. The day I started my career, I wasn't as confident. I used to be hesitant talking to strangers. I started my career as a school teacher. So there were many moments wherein I would shrink myself, not go up front and would not take credit for the work I did because I wasn't raised to show my voice or level my voice up to some extent. So, but I diligently worked on myself and I trained myself to be confident in front of everyone. And today I have come at a point where it doesn't matter if I'm talking to a stranger, I'm talking to a friend. Yes, there would be certain differences when you're talking to or conversing to a friend or a family. Would be more comfortable. You'll be more yourself. But the confidence part, I think I've learned that.
A few rapid questions. Your vocal, your face, your hair. Choose one.
Oh, very difficult for me. I would choose my vocal.
A vocal. Define me why.
Because my appearance, my looks, they do not define me. Even if I get older, when I get older, my voice is what is going to define me. As a trainer, as a human or a woman that I am, the way I communicate is what defines me and what distincts me or differentiates me from the rest of people.
Business, modeling, coaching. Choose one.
Coaching, always.
Define me why.
Because I was born a trainer, I believe. This is my calling. Modeling, pageantry, this all happened all of a chance. And it was destiny which brought me to it. But my true calling has always been training. I love it when I train students, and I love it when they actually gain something out of my training.
Kids, youth students, working professionals.
Youth.
Why?
I have always been very comfortable around the youth. I feel that I have that energy that we can exchange. Again, I believe in energies, I believe in vibes, and the vibes and the energy that you get from the youth, it energizes you, and you also try to give your best.
Out of India, choose one country to take the PR of.
I would say Switzerland. I recently visited it. So I fell in love with the beauty, and I hardly had 7 days there, so I could go settle there.
Okay. Then what will you be doing? The same business, the coaching business you will be doing in Switzerland?
I would be retiring in Switzerland. I would just like to settle down in a small cottage on a hill and just watch the sunrise and sunset. That's all I would want to do
Alone.
with my family.
Otherwise, husband would be watching it, right? Okay. So if you have to choose an area of loneliness or zone of loneliness, what would be that location that you want to go there alone and sit for some time?
Right now, I have this place, a beautiful spot in my house. I have my balcony. So I live on the 10th floor, and my balcony is garden facing. And I see peacocks every day. I see a lot of flora and fauna every morning and evening. So this is my safe space. That is one spot that I go whenever I want to be alone. I shut all the doors and curtains, and I take a book maybe, just sit with my music, and I feel relaxed.
Do you sing?
I do.
Come on. That's what I do in my podcast. I keep it a challenge.
मुस्कुराने की वजह तुम हो, गुनगुनाने की वजह तुम हो, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना रे पिया रे, जिया जाए ना जाए ना जाए ना रे पिया रे, पिया रे.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, I was not prepared. Yeah.
But that's amazing. Actually, this is what confidence is.
Yeah.
You are not prepared, you did it. I find you the most confident. And that's what I want, that everybody should inculcate this, whoever is watching this. A few 2-3 last questions. First of all, for example, if I want to try something new, like you tried scuba diving, and I want to try public speaking, I'm new. Someone is calling on the stage, okay, Mr. Abdullah, please come on the stage and introduce yourself. And I'm like, my legs are shivering, my heart is beating. What should I do? What should I think? कि क्या ये सब लोग मुझसे छोटे हैं? मैं कर सकता हूँ? क्या ऐसी सोच लेके जाऊँ मैं?
See, there is a saying, fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it.
Though it is usually taken in a negative sense, I truly believe in faking it till you making it. Teach your brain, tell your brain that you are the most confident person in the room. And let it not go there, your brain, where it feels scared to get on the stage. Do not give it time. Just step on the stage instantly and tell yourself, I am the most confident person around. And slowly your brain will get trained. It will start believing whatever fakeness you fill into it. Slowly it will start becoming your truth, and your brain will get trained to believe that, okay, I am the most confident person here.
Interesting. How many types of walks do you know?
See, there are no type of walks, but yes, I have been training for pageant walks. In fact, I was the subtitle winner of Mrs. Ramp Walk in Mrs. Chandigarh.
Yes, that's great. I want to know, or I want to, through this, I want to teach each and everyone, whoever is watching it. For example, if they have to go and walk professionally or in ramp walk or in modeling, how will they be walking? And I also want to learn how to sit, sitting etiquettes, walking etiquette, body language etiquette, and I want in a practical way so that they can follow it. So, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is watching this now, Asmita Garg ma'am is gonna explain that how to walk properly, how to walk smartly, how to walk confidently. And I think we will get to know that how to walk in a proper way, an effective way.
Thank you so much. So the first thing is your posture. You do not slouch whenever you're walking in a good manner so that you appear confident. You have to keep your shoulder straight. So straighten your spine, pull your shoulders back, and tuck your tummy in. In pageant language, this is called squeezing the lemon. So you tuck your tummy in again, straighten your shoulders. Now hold it for a second so that you are in that pose, and then you start walking. And it is called catwalk for a reason. Have you ever seen a catwalk?
Yes.
So it does not walk in a straight line. A cat never walks in a straight line. So again, check your posture, take a second, put your hands next to your waist, and then start walking like a cat does. Not a lot of movement of hands. And then when you are preparing for a pageant, you pause and you pose. Turn around and the same thing. So it is all about
What?
your
That's
posture.
incredible. It's catwalk, especially.
It is.
So, what is ramp walk saying?
It's a ramp walk.
Catwalk is the part of ramp walk.
Yeah. Catwalk is an integral part of ramp walk.
Okay.
Ramp walk is never done in a straight line. It is always a catwalk. Now, ramp walk could be of many types, depending on the music that is being played and depending on the attire that you are in.
So, the attire you are wearing, and there is a music, Jalwa.
Yeah, that would be a faster catwalk.
How?
Yeah. This is how.
Okay. You just want to understand that how to sit confidently and what are the really body languages that we can follow to sit properly.
The first thing is, again, your posture. If you're sitting on a chair, your tailbone should be touching the back of the chair. So there should be no space between your tailbone and the back of the chair. So you do not sit like this, you sit like this. And again, based on your attire. For example, if I'm wearing a skirt right now, I would not cross my legs because it would look absurd. I could simply get to the edge of the chair and cross my feet, for that matter. Or I could just place my feet parallel to each other, keeping my hands on my lap. So keeping my spine straight again, this would be the correct posture.
Wow, amazing. Okay, when we sit, do you think that facial expression also plays any role?
A lot.
And I want to also know facial expressions from you. Like when you are walking, you are giving like facial expression, and that's quite captivating and hypnotizing. How to maintain that as well?
See, again, depends on the situation. If you're having a friendly chat with someone, a smile is all you need, right? And then you're walking on the ramp, you need to have a certain confidence which is oozing through your eyes. And then your expressions change because you're looking at the audience and everyone. So depending on the situation, your facial expressions have to match.
Okay, 5 different types of expression from Asmita Garg ma'am.
Okay.
Hmm.
Smiling, which is normal. Then confused, angry.
Angry with a smile.
I hardly get angry actually.
Okay, yeah.
Sad and confused.
Confused. Okay, what is the favorite expression that you mostly follow? That's smiling, I think.
It is. I am always smiling
Great.
most of the time.
Is smile the symbol of confidence?
It is a symbol of who you are at your core.
Okay.
So the people who smile more, we are empaths. We give value to what others are thinking, and we want to make everyone around us very comfortable. So that is what the smile portrays, purity of our heart and also the love we have for other people.
Anything in the last?
I have this one message for all the women, for all the girls out there. And this is the one message I always give to these women and girls. Get out of your comfort zone, please. Step out of your comfort zone. Life is beautiful. The world out there is beautiful, but you have to have the guts to explore it. You have to, again, get out of your comfort zone and explore the world, and sky is the limit.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much, first of all. And I just want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this was one of the fantastic podcasts that I've conducted. Especially in my podcasts, I have conducted hundreds of podcasts, only one or two activities I have done. But this was one of the most fascinating activity that Asmita Garg ma'am has done, actually, and she has walked, she has sat, and she has showed and portrayed that how to sit and how to walk. Especially, I think she is the most charismatic, what I found that because being in 42 years and maintaining this aura, maintaining this figure, maintaining this smile, maintaining this confidence is quite tremendous. It's very inspiring personally for me, and I think it must be inspiring for you all, and especially for women, womania, ladies, girls. And I think they should learn a lot from Asmita Garg ma'am, and they all should implement and execute these all habits and these all lessons, whatever she has told today in this podcast. Everybody should execute and implement it. Thank you very much. And thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.